What the are you doing here, little buddy? Have a rest. Just relax. Take a load off your feet.
Welcome to Antimatters. Hello everyone and welcome to Antroom Safari number 2. Today we started off with a field trip. We're going to check in on some Formica rufa and see how they're sunbathing, because it's a nice day and yeah, they should be getting really warm. And I mean really warm. It's probably 14 Celsius weather outside. I won't be surprised if they're over 30 Celsius. Oh look, they're already out on the floor here. Loads of them making little trails over some horse shit. That's a different colony. I don't know where they come from. Anyway, snap forward in time. So I'll run the infrared footage and you can see that they are roasting. They're like 37 Celsius for sunbathing ones. They proper get cooking, these girls. I've got temperature sensors in the nest as well, which I've been collecting the data from. But I'm not going to tell you what they say. That's for my AntCon talk. Anyway, back to the normal ants. Hello everyone, welcome back to the ant room. So what have we got up today? I think we'll try to clean out the Polyrhacus a little bit, both colonies. We'll give the bicolor some food as well. We'll give the Pogonomyrmex barbatus a good cleaning out. We won't do too much with the Singularis. They're hiding away, but we will give them a little clean and a feed. Everything's going to get a feed. I don't think we'll really bother with the termites today. Caesalphytium can have a feed because they don't get many feeds. And we'll also try, and hopefully it's not too rustly then, sitting on a bag. But hopefully we'll try to get some of the fungus out of this pod and get it into that pod. Although, what are they up to in there? First, we'll have to clean out this pod though. And yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, step one, we've got to unplug it. I do have one issue. I'm running quite low on cotton balls. So I've got to be quite careful where I use them. But I don't want the ants getting out. I think first thing I'm going to do though is unplug the red bit here. And fingers crossed, there's not loads of ants. Before I get too far, I'll make sure I've got a cotton ball ready. I don't want to have a hood moment here where they all come pouring out. Let's go in. Oh, I got one half of them. Oh, they're coming out the other side. Okay, I've got some on my fingers. I can feel it. They're acro, so they're really aggressive though, so they're not running off. They're just going straight in for my fingers. Don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can just about. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, they're just chomping away. I'll stick these girls in the outwork. I've been waiting for them to move in for ages, but all they did was turn it into a trash tip so far. But fingers crossed, if like how much mobility is in the rubbish. Oh, quite a bit. If you see here, where the rubbish has fallen off as well, it's not too dirty. So fingers crossed, I give it a good banging. I'll take off this end cap here. And yeah, we'll shake it out into the outworld. Come back when I've undone the end. So I've got the end loose. It's all ready to pop off. What we'll do now is we'll go up to the outworld and give it a good banging. Lovely, there's no... Oh my god, they're coming out already. Hopefully my arm's not in the way. I thought, oh, that's cotton wool. I thought there was a bit of fungus then, but it was just some cotton wool. Oh god, they're running up the side. That's good enough. Most of the mud is out. It's kind of sprinkled all up the walls of it, but the ants will clean it up. Even if it's by accident, by just like walking on it for ages. Anyway, I'm going to put the end bag on because some more ants are coming out still. Step 2 of the plan. We've got to get some of the fungus out of this pod into some sort of container, and yeah, we've got to shove it into this pod here once we've got some. I'm not 100% sure how to achieve that at the minute. I'm half tempted to just shove the Hoover in and just, I don't know, it's risky if I just shove the Hoover in suck in, because one, I'd lower the air pressure in there because I don't know where the air is going to come from, and I don't want to suck up the queen by accident, but at the same time, taking a scoop out, there's quite a risk that, well, I could scoop out the queen anyway. What we're going to have to do is just go for it. Fast forward to the action. Oh my god, I just don't know what to do yet. This is it's tricky. I need something that can fit through the lid but actually scoop. Just keep looking. So I think I've got a plan. I'm going to try to take this little pot, it's actually a drinker tub, go in, scoop, quickly put this on top because it fits, and shut the lid, and then I'm going to have to probably get the Hoover out because thousands of the acro, well, not thousands, hopefully, and well, it could be, but yeah, I'll have to quickly pull the Hoover out, and hopefully I'll be able to suck off all of the escapees and stick this little bit of fungus in the new pod. Oh, I'm quite nervous. I'm gonna have to take off my orange hoodie because, yeah, I'm getting warm. Actually, maybe in for a penny, in for a pound, and I might use this this bigger tub. What I can do as well is use the Puta as a lid because it's the same size tub. So bam, I can have a little contained pot of crazy acro. As well, if you see any ants getting squidged, none of them were harmed in the filming of this video. That's some nice fungus on top. Before I ruin it all, some lovely white fungus at the minute, and there's loads of little workers running about. They've really bounced back from winter when they went down to basically no fungus. Happy days. They're eating well too now. As soon as I lift this lid, like all hell is gonna, oh my god, I can't. Okay, I'm going back to the little pot. I got some! Yes! Some of them have got out, some of them are stuck in the lid. Not too many have gotten out. Oh, I think I disturbed some brood chamber. Let's have a look in because you get quite a good view. We'll not waste it. You can see the brood deeper down. You gonna focus camera? Nice amount of brood and everything. Got so many ants on my hands. Check out that. I managed to get a nice lump of fungus too. I can hear all the ants inside of the pot making noises. Fingers crossed the queen is unharmed. Oh, there's a few workers here. Come here, you. I don't want you to drop your little help. I'm going to stick these girls into the outworld. So let's get this fungus into here. Fingers crossed there's not too many ants on the back side of the little lid. Oh. There we go. Oh, there's a couple. I'll have to stick that there with the other escapees. I'm going to dump the fungus into the hole. Oh, there we go. Had a nice dumpage then. That is not a good word. Few ants coming out. Get back in, girls, get back in. There's one here. As long as they're not in between the door, they're fine. I can just pick them up. And got quite a few on my hands now. Chomping away. Stick them back in the outworld. Oh, there's one on the floor over there. You can go back in as well, my dear. So that's all the messy bit done. We got a little bit of fungus inside of this pod. Hopefully that will mature nicely. What I am going to do is try to flip it to the far side, which will hopefully encourage them to build it out a bit. What we need to do now is mop up all of the escaped ants, because there's quite a few of them running around everywhere. You see that little lady there? That went quite nice. There has been a few casualties, like that get stuck between the lid, but there's nothing really that you can do about it, because well, you gotta kind of shut the lid or more will get out. It's better to kind of do it fast. See if we can free this little lady there. She should be oh, some more are getting out. There we are. Every time you try to save one, you end up squidging about 10. Let's just mop all that up. A little bit of spilt fungus. That was a pretty smooth operation, I think, though. What I'll do is that's enough of them caught. I'm not too worried about any escapees wandering off, to be fair. They can't get anywhere that they shouldn't be. All we've got to do now is zip up the bolts. Can't forget that, otherwise it might one day just randomly pop off. With everything back to how it should be, all we got to do now is take out this bit of cotton wool, and hopefully too many ants don't get out, and then take out the bung the other side. The issue with leafcutter tube is it's too big to just stick your finger over. Fingers crossed there's not thousands the other side of it. Okay, there's quite a few. Quite a few on this little bung. And they're all plugged in. Fingers crossed they tidy it up a little bit in there by just traipsing about and nurture the fungus a bit. And yeah, I'd really like this little pod to be filled with fungus too for the acros. With them this size, I do get a little bit worried that, yeah, like if anything happens in that pod, except for the tubes, they have like no spare fungus, but you get a lot of reassurance if you have 2 pods, because if anything goes wrong in one of them, you've always got a backup, which is just nice to have. After this surprisingly uneventful fungus move with the acros, I think what we'll do next is have a good look at the Polyrhacus dives. Currently inside the nest, they're still inside of the incubator. They're all up against the wall and they've got some of their brood up there, I think. They love the heat wire, and yeah, they just love to kind of huddle around it. Well, heat cable, not heat wire really. Let's pull out the big colony. The small girls, they're up to something. I just saw one worker, however there she is. I was going to say she's hiding now, but yeah, there's another one up there. There's a few running around, but the big colony, they're just smashing it at the moment. Let's pull them out. Here's another look at the wall of Polyrhacus. They're doing so well at the minute. We must have about 20 workers here. I think there's a couple queens as well. They got some nice brood here which they've been weaving everything up with. There's loads more of them in the tube. But things in this colony are looking so good. It's nice to see them as well. They're always trophallaxising. That's not a word, but you get what I mean. They're always sharing food between them. Is that a queen? She looks a bit hench. Marvellous specimen. Let's have a all-round look at them. In the tubes we have loads of brood, some fresh eggs, loads of little larvae, loads more fresh eggs and little larvae. I think it's getting harder to see through the weave. There's also a queen or two in there. From what I can see, there's some more eggs and larvae too on the floor below, but you can't really make them out. But yeah, that's the larvae tube. In here, this is wow, what a great view we got here. This is just the silk. Fingers crossed, if I lift it up, you can sometimes get a good look of the look at the brood. So yeah, precariously balancing them. They have loads of brood in that middle tube. I think a lot of the cocoons too are outside here. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 cocoons out there. I think there's some more in here as well, but it's hard to make them out through the silk, you see. Yeah, this colony is smashing at the minute. The only issue with them doing so well is they're making loads of waste. So yeah, I've been feeding them crickets and they adore them, but they chomp them up into loads of small pieces. So what we're going to have to do today is try to clean out as much of the small bits of dead cricket as we can, and yeah, give them a good little clean. I got a feeling this is going to be a tricky clean today because they're all out in the outworld, and I've also got to clean the windows of the perspex because, as you can see, it's a bit grubby and it's hard to see through. The only issue is I'm not using cotton wool, so I'm going to try and use tissue paper. We'll see how it goes. On today's menu we have crickets and sugar water, well, sugar snaps, pink or purple one, and jelly. And also the food is trying to run away. But let's stick it in, and I think they're going to go nuts for it today because they're always hungry now. They've hit that stage where they become super protein like hungry. They just go nuts for it, and then they turn it straight into silk. So I think these girls might outgrow this little setup soon. I can't wait. It's been so long since I've had a big Polyrhacus dives colony. Let's see if we get any action. Looks like the girl in the background's going straight in. They're not shy about going in for their food. Here's the other girls in their little Halloween pop-up ghost ant version that they pinched off of the rubras. In the tube, you've got that white clump there. That is a load of eggs and larvae. Not too many big cocoons at the minute, unless they're stashed inside of the connector, which they do sometimes hide them there. I have been overfeeding them, but yeah, it looks a little bit like they could do with a little bit more heat, so I'm going to turn up the heat map by maybe 1/2 degree. We'll chuck them in a load of food though quickly. They don't really need too much of a clean. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe bits of rubbish kind of outside of the bowl, but that's it. So I'm gonna just do that and I'll be back in a second. So these girls are all kitted out now. I've given them a couple crickets and same sugar water jelly mix as the other girls. A few of them are out and about. This colony though is struggling a little bit. I'm hoping if I turn the heat up a tiny bit, this bunch of brood should get developing. The issue they have is it just develops a little bit slower than the other girls. However, the other girls are using the heat wire to kind of boost theirs up a little bit. So it's obviously not hot enough for some of the brood inside of the kind of heat mat area, or they wouldn't be using the heat wire or heat cable. Yeah. So yeah, let's stick these girls back in. What we can do now is have a look at the natural setup, I think. I'm thinking, do we need to feed, I might call him Pierce Brosnan, the spider. He's like stuck in the tank and, yeah, he's probably living off wood lice and stuff. I might try feed him a cricket and see what happens. Let's stick these girls back inside of the incubator though. There's our boy Pierce over in the corner of the natural setup. That wood blouse is getting a little bit close. The other day I didn't see him for a couple of days and I thought maybe he'd escaped because some of the plants, they're kind of, he could escape if he wanted. But now he's still in here. Where's he gone? When I can find him. But yeah, what I think I might do is chuck him a little cricket in. There he is. His lanky little legs. See if he'd like some food. What I'm going to do is just drop a cricket in. I've kind of killed it, but hopefully it twitches enough. We'll see what happens. The cricket is in. I'm not the biggest, like, I'm not a fan of spiders. I'm not arachnophobic, but if he comes flying over and chomps that, I'm going to be running. Let's see if anything happens. Just jiggling nicely. Probably knows. Pierce, dinner's ready. Pierce. We'll catch back up with Pierce. Let's have a look at the rest of the tank. So down here we have the usual trash heap. It's looking nice at the minute. Into the corner, the glass needs a bit of a clean. Plants are doing all well though. I was just about to say, oh, we could clean the glass while we're here, but honestly, I'm not putting my hands in with him. He's giant. He's turning into a big boy now. Zoom in on him a bit. There he is. 8 eyeballs. Lanky legs. Wolf spider, I think. I don't know, I don't have a clue, but it's a good spider. He'll probably have another molt soon and get even bigger. He's not interested in the cricket. Maybe if I move the cricket, wherever it is, there he is. Cricket. I won't focus on it. I'm going to jiggle it maybe a bit. If he runs up the tweezers, I'm going to cry. Oh shit! Oh my god, he's moving. See? He was like proper looking then. He was like, what the hell is going on? Oh my god. He turned around and I ran. Dude, damn nature, you scary. See if we can like jiggle it. I want to jiggle it, but I don't want to have to put like the tweezers in. I'm going to get my lighter tweezers because I'm way too scared. Jiggling with more. Oh my god. I went to get a close up on his face and he's gone in. Whoa, he's going in. Whoa, did you see that? My god. Get on, Pierce. The name's Bond. James Bond. Where's he gone? He's disappeared back into his hidey hole. There he is. He's got his dinner. He is slinking. Oh, focusing camera. There he is. He has a new hole. And he's eating his dinner already. Happy days. For Piers, anyway. That was sick, that. So yeah, soon, with these girls, I'll start power feeding them. Anytime soon, the ants. I'll start power feeding them today, to be honest. I'll chuck them in some food now, and then at the end of the video, we'll go round and see how they're all munching. What I've got to do now is try and get the bowl inside. I've got them a bowl of mealworm beetles, it is, because I think they'll probably eat them. But I've got to get the bowl in, but the whole top, you can't really see it too much, but yeah, there we are. There's a whole web across the whole thing, and I'm terrified. Oh, he's already up to stuff. Look at him, he's fucking drinking. Oh, excuse my language. Zoom in. He's drinking it already. He's like hanging outside. I was hoping he'd go inside, but I need to get the food bowl in there somehow. What I could do is stick it on the log up there. Yeah, that's gonna have to do for now, because big boy scares me. I don't mind chucking in like the rubbish bowls, because I can just lob them in. And last time I tidied out the bowls, there wasn't a layer of cobweb over the top, but now there is. But yeah, I'll have to live. We'll come back to these girls in a bit though, and see what Pierce is doing. Next species up, the Polyrhacus bicolor. All they'll have is a quick feed quickly. I haven't really done too much with them, to be fair, since their queen died. I gave them a little bit of food the other day, but yeah, I'm just a bit disappointed in them, to be honest. But now the brood is still developing nicely. We'll have a closer look in a second. Let's get them out. In the tube, these girls, they've got so much brood, so many cocoons. Such a shame the queen had to die, because, well, she was doing quite a good job. Loads of little larvae still kicking about. Let's find her body. I haven't taken it out yet. There it is. Are you gonna focus, camera? No. But there she is. There's one of the treacherous little workers. Somebody pulled her legs off. I don't know who. The other girls, though, I think they're a little bit hungry, so we'll give them some food. Nice little mini meal for these girls. I think they're going to go quite crazy over the sugar, to be honest, because, yeah, as I said, I've been, well, half neglecting them for a week and a half. I feel bad for the workers because, well, their queen's gone, but at the same time, I think they're the ones that kind of killed her, so I'm a bit hit or miss with them. Lovely ants all the same though. Next up, I think we'll have a look at the Kai Spitum. They're always active because they're properly starved. There's no getting around it. They don't really get, well, they get fed maybe twice a month on a good month, and that's it, and it keeps them small. But they're 3 or 4 years old now, so it's not doing them any harm kind of being starved all the time. Yeah, let's hop over to them. So the Kai Spitum, as always, they're doing good. They are so strong and stable. They're basically a lot like Lasius niger, however they're a lot more responsive. If you take the food away, they'll kind of pull back on brood development, and if you chuck a load of food in, which is what I did maybe 2 weeks ago, they'll kind of start producing a nice amount of brood. See if we can get a closer look at any of it. There we go. See, all around the walls they've got plenty of larvae. Probably not too many eggs at the minute because they haven't been fed for 2 weeks at least. The queen needs food to lay eggs. She's alright though. Check out that hand drinking from that water droplet. Oh, of course the focus is gone. In the outworld we've got pure chaos really, with a mix of grubbiness mixed. Yeah, look at that. Some bugs. I try to get as much of the rubbish out as I can every time, however there's always little ones crawling on it, so a lot of the time I just chuck it in, and they clean the skeletons off so well that I don't have to worry about mites because there's nothing left. Let's see what happens if we chuck them in a cricket. On today's menu with the Kai Spidum, 3 crickets. This is more than they've had for dinner for years. Like, this is the biggest buffet they've had for such a long time. Normally it's like, oh yeah, there's like a mealworm pupae or something and I'll just snip it and chuck it in. But yeah, spoil them. And they have a bowl as well, being all civilised. Let's see if we can wiggle it in without squashing too many. I'm not too worried if it goes on them because they'll wiggle out. They're tough little girls. They do have another bowl in here, but that's actually for the sugar water. Look how grubby the glass is. No chance of cleaning it though. What I am going to do is drip a few drops into that one. Missed a bit. That's alright, then mop it up. Let's give them a spin, because these girls, oh, they're so good at feeding. Like, they love feeding time. It's so rare though. Excuse the grubby glass. Oh, it's bad. They're not really a kind of colony that I use to make any videos or anything, the Kai Spittle. They're I don't know, you could describe them as a failure, to be honest. They used to have a Strongylanaphis queen, Strongylanaphis testicicius or whatever. Strong testicles, I used to call her. Queen in there as well, a parasitic one, but she vanished. So it's just the Kai Spittum queen left now. They're getting right on everything though. Right on the sugar, right on the protein. Let's go in through the lid, we'll get a better view there. Here we go. The little ants pack the biggest punch. But I think because they're so small, they need each other's help to achieve anything, so they're quick to go and get their sisters to come out and help them. Sometimes I feed them kind of more living bugs as well. I'm not too worried about any casualties with these girls. If a few of them get chomped by a bug, it's kind of good population control. It sounds savage, but with little ants, if you don't control their population through like a diet and anything else you can try to do, to be honest, they're going to get out of control. A few deaths though from a bit of food is kind of where it means that you can feed them a little bit more, because well, you've managed to cut the population a little bit without starving them. Some people would say that maybe it's cruel to starve them, but I think it's better than the alternative. The alternative is for this colony to grow so big it becomes out of control, and then I'd either have to find a foster home for them, and I think that'd be pretty hard because not many people are queuing up to get their hands on Kai Spittum colonies. So I think you'd have to kind of, I don't know, you'd have to cull them down in population anyway, or put them down, but it's better to keep them small and nice and controlled then. What I'm going to do now is I think we'll feed them and give them a tiny clean, the Singularis, although I'm not going to take them out of the tank because I don't want to disturb them at all. The queen still hasn't laid any eggs, and I just want her to lay in before I cause any more stress. I'm a little bit worried, but fingers crossed she'll start producing some eggs. There's the lovely Kai Spittum queen there. Let's stick these girls back in there. got the Singularis, a mini meal, and what we'll do is we'll give it to them inside of their little tank. Just try not to drop it now. There we go. So I got the lid off. There's a little bit of mouldy stuff by the looks of it here. See if I can splodge it all into the bowl. Take out the old stuff. They haven't been eating much. And stick in the new stuff. Let's see if we can spy anything. I don't really want to uncover her too much. Fingers crossed though, soon under her abdomen I'll see some eggs. I can't see any at the minute. That's about as good a view as I can get. I think it slips a bit. Oh, there's one of them annoying flies. They must be getting out of my fly culture. I should leave the Pogo's lid open so that they can jump in and fall in. Pogos, to be fair, they got some water. I gave them some seeds the other day. I might give them some bugs later, but I don't think we'll do them today. Kind of running out of time as well, because if I want to clean them, I need to use the pooer, and it's getting a bit late. It's a bit noisy. Singularis though, they've kind of twigged that something's going on. I'll just leave them be there. Stick the lid back on. So let's go round and have a look at them all, see how they're getting along with their food. Put the little, tuck them in nicely. I love my Singularis, they're the best. Take that balls out. So in the Polyrachus we have not a whole lot in this colony, mostly I think because I pulled up the floor and they're a bit cautious now. Inside of the other small colony behind, look at all these dandelion leaves. I managed to colander them out with batteries. There's little weights spinning, but not much action in the smaller colony yet. Oh, that girl begs to differ, here she is. Well, we've got this little lady dancing around, but that's about it. In the bicolour, which were really hungry, a minute ago they were feasting, but they've all hidden themselves in a bit. Maybe they've gone back to deliver some food to their sisters in the tubes. They're doing good. Down here, the Camponotus, as far as I'm aware, there's no dead queens. It's all looking good. I think the black colony is the Vicinus. Can't really see them too much though. But they've got loads of brood at the minute, and that colony is rapidly expanding. They will be getting a new nest, I think, as well in the post. The crafter ant is he sent me over some of his nests, and I'm going to stick these girls in it. I can't wait for that. Thanks as well, crafter ant, for sending some bits over. I haven't got them yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting some of the new bowls. Yeah, the Campos are doing all good. The Athena Gesta is probably doing good. Let's get some light on the... Oh, I can't use the light because the battery is too low. The Camponettes have gone berserk on the food now. They are feasting. See if I can get... I can't. Okay, but yeah, they're hungry. Not many of them left inside of the nest. The Rubra and the Flavus doing excellent, both of them. Although, yeah, we'll save them for next time. The Rubra though, they do need to hurry up a little bit. I can see more brood just about, but I'd be expecting more eggs now. The Atta, all good and undisturbed. Onto the poor little Acros that had a hard time. Fingers crossed this little bit of fungus that we've managed to get inside of this nest develops. Oh, look at that though. Oh, such a bad sign when the workers are already carrying little bits of fungus out. If it would focus, don't carry it out, you little trolls. What you're supposed to be doing is growing it. Fingers crossed it was a really big larvae that ant was carrying, but I think it was fungus. I really hope it develops though, because I just want to see the tube kind of nicely filled up. This one's like quite nice up here. although it never fully fills up. They use this bit as storage, and sometimes they do put some fungus there, but if they fill it with leaves, the leaves kind of choke the fungus out maybe, or they take it somewhere else. But it's still quite nice up this end. We got a good, how long was that bit of tube? I think it's like 60 centimetres maybe. See it, nice long nest. Plenty of space. Let's go and check on Pierce as well before we get too far, before I forget. Oh, here's the leaf cutters. Doing good, bit hungry, yep. Other girls, still doing good. So let's go in and see Pierce one more time. Where is he? Please don't jump scare me. Is that Pierce? There's Pierce. So yeah, Pierce, he's got his bit of food. It's looking all good. He's drinking it or something. He also has a new copycat. There was this little spider who lives. Let's get, if we can, I don't know, it might be a bit too low. So there's a bit of a cricket hanging from there, and there's also a little spider that lives under the leaf that was having a munch on it. Can't really see, it's too dark. Over in the food bowl at the back, the Formica fusca have found it. A Myrmica rural will probably have a look in a bit as well. Anyway, that concludes today's safari. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know, and I'll try to include it in the next one, if I can. Until next time though, I hope your ants live long and prosper. Have a fabulous week. Thanks for watching, and bye!